It's a sound every Korean knows, the piercing shriek of the emergency alert system. It cuts through everything, no matter where you are or what you're doing. On that morning, it shattered Seoul's pre-dawn calm. My phone vibrated violently, the noise drilling into my skull. My wife and I shot up in bed, adrenaline surging. What now? Fire? Earthquake? Instinct took over. I grabbed my phone, squinting at the screen, my first thought for my family. My wife was already heading for the kids' rooms, her movements quick and focused. Across the city, millions experienced the same jolt of confusion and fear. The world shrank to the size of our apartment as we listened for any clue from outside. I looked out the window, lights flicked on in building after building, a chain reaction of fear. We were all connected by that terrifying sound, yet isolated, wrestling with the same unanswered questions. There was no dramatic music, no hero, just the raw reality of an emergency. The silence after the alert was almost worse, heavy with unspoken fears. The alert had sounded, but gave us no direction. We were all at the starting line, but no one knew where to run. It was a terrifying feeling of helplessness. After the shock, everyone scrambled to read the message on their phones. We needed clarity and instructions, but got the opposite. The text was vague, mentioning a critical air raid and urging evacuation, but with no details. Was this a drill, a mistake, or the real thing? The ambiguity fueled panic. Worse, the alert came 20 minutes after the event began. In an emergency, every second counts. A 20-minute gap is an eternity. This delay suggested a breakdown in communication at the highest level. Instead of order, the vague message and delay sowed chaos and distrust. Emergency lines jammed, social media filled with rumors, and people were left to guess. Some dismissed it as a false alarm. Others panicked. The alert said to prepare for evacuation, but gave no guidance. What to pack, where to go, how much time we had. It was like being told to prepare for surgery, but not knowing what for or when. The anxiety from that uncertainty was immense. The alert failed its most basic function, to provide clear, actionable information. It left millions in the dark at the worst possible moment. In crisis, hidden social structures emerge. In many homes, women are the default family managers, the keepers of documents, food, and plans. When the alert sounded, this role became critical. While some thought about escape routes, she ran a mental checklist: children, pets, documents, medicine, food. She calmed the kids, dressed them, wrangled pets, grabbed passports and medicine, packed snacks and formula. It was a race against time, packing not just a bag, but a lifeline. This invisible labor, often taken for granted, became vital. The mental load exploded into a high-pressure job. She became logistics officer, crisis manager, and emotional support, all at once. The vague alert forced her to make critical decisions with incomplete information. Her burden was immense. While families struggled, a different drama played out in government. The 21-minute delay wasn't a glitch. It was human indecision. Officials feared causing panic if the alert was a false alarm, risking public trust. But the core purpose of an alert system is to prioritize safety. Better safe than sorry. The delay showed fear of overreacting, outweighed the duty to inform. In a crisis, certainty is a luxury. Hesitation costs lives. The burden of choice was pushed onto citizens, each forced to interpret the vague message and decide alone. Parents became risk analysts, guessing whether to stay or go. This is a terrible weight to place on ordinary people. The government's failure to act decisively created millions of individual crises. The cost of indecision was real and immediate. The delayed, confusing alert, followed by a contradictory message, created chaos. As news confirmed a real launch, everyone acted at once. A wave of people surged into motion, grabbing keys and running to their cars. The result, instant gridlock. Highways became parking lots, honking horns replacing silence. People were trapped in their vehicles, exposed and burning fuel. Inside, tension mounted, snacks ran low, babies cried, reassurances rang hollow. The feeling of helplessness was immense. The gridlock exposed a fundamental flaw. The plan assumed orderly, staggered evacuation, not a delayed, synchronized rush. The infrastructure couldn't handle the sudden demand. A poorly managed alert proved as dangerous as the threat itself. The escape route became a trap. Anxiety soared, and any further instructions became impossible to follow. For thousands, the attempt to flee only deepened the crisis. The chaos had a human cost. The projectile landed harmlessly, but the panicked response led to tragedy. One family, trying to evacuate, was caught in a severe collision during the gridlock. A mother, doing her best to protect her children, was critically injured. Her story became a symbol of systemic failure. Had the alert been clear and timely, they might have been safe in a shelter. The tragedy was broadcast nationwide, resonating deeply. Public outcry was immediate. Anger and heartbreak replaced confusion. The debate shifted from procedures to real lives lost. This single event became the catalyst for change. Lawmakers could no longer defend the old system. The memory of that mother demanded a genuine overhaul, not just bureaucratic review. In the wake of tragedy and public outrage, the government acted. A full review of the emergency alert system began, not just tweaks, but a rebuild. The first change: clear, direct language in alerts, following a who, what, where, when, why format. New alerts state the threat, location, action, and timing, removing guesswork. Pre-approved message templates now cut down response time. The review also addressed evacuation itself. Instead of blanket orders, new protocols use a zoned approach, targeted evacuations, or shelter in place, depending on the threat. Plans now consider families and caregivers, acknowledging real-world challenges. Drills include scenarios with children and elderly, and more time is allocated for vulnerable groups. Public service announcements provide clear go-bag checklists for all needs. The system is now designed for real people, not theoretical citizens. The burden on women and caregivers is finally recognized and addressed. These changes are revolutionary for women. Clear, direct alerts are crucial. When managing children's safety, there's no time for riddles. The new system empowers women to act confidently, removing paralyzing uncertainty. Evacuation plans now acknowledge the invisible labor women perform. The old system treated everyone as able-bodied individuals. The new one recognizes reality. By building in more time and guidance, the system validates women's unique challenges. Pre-packed go-bag lists help distribute the mental load. Preparation becomes a shared responsibility, not just the mother's burden. Women transform from unsupported individuals to empowered first responders for their families. The new protocols are about dignity and respect. They honor the role women play in holding families together. Now, women have the tools and support to protect their families, even in crisis. That chaotic morning taught our nation a hard lesson. In emergencies, minutes are lifelines. The 21-minute delay was a chasm into which trust and safety fell. New protocols with pre-approved messages and faster authorization are a direct response. We learned that hesitation can be as dangerous as any threat. Clarity is kindness. A vague warning is a cruel burden. The new alerts promise no more guessing, just the information you need. This shift reframes the government-citizen relationship as a partnership. Plans now reflect lived realities, accounting for mothers, caregivers, and the vulnerable. Our strength in crisis depends on protecting our most vulnerable. That morning was a test, and we failed, but we learned. The new alert system is a promise. When the alarm sounds again, no one will be left alone in confusion. There will be a plan, time, and a system designed for everyone.